The traditional way to assemble furniture, whether we're talking a dining room chair or a trestle for a table, is with mortise and tenon joints. But a lot of woodworkers are afraid to try that out. Well, it's not the tenon that's the problem, it's cutting the mortise. Now I'm going to show you an easy way to cut a mortise on a drill press. At one time, mortise and tenon joints were always cut by hand, and you can still do that. But it's a time-consuming process, and a lot of woodworkers don't want to do that. So there is machinery available to do it. There's actually a machine, it's called a mortise cutter. And it's a specialty tool. It's used just for cutting mortises. You would find one in a furniture shop, so, whether it's a custom furniture shop or more of a production factory. They'd be likely to have something like that. But that's a bit expensive for you and I as home woodworkers, and I don't have one. What I'm going to show you is how you can convert your drill press, assuming you have a drill press. The drill press is a whole lot cheaper than the mortising machine to do this. And it requires adding this to your drill press. Now this part is there just to hold this part and keep it from turning. This is a two-piece drill bit or drill bit and chisel. The outer portion is a square chisel, okay? And then it has a specially made drill bit that fits right in it. It's kind of like a brad point drill bit. And the two work together. The drill bit hogs out the material and the chisel squares up the corners and pushes that material into the drill bit so it can be cut up. So to do this, we attach this framework, the mortising framework, to the drill press, and it's attached up here above the rotating part. Okay, so it's attached firmly, and its only purpose is to hold this and keep the outer part, the chisel part, from turning. Then we want to set up a fence on our table saw, and the fence has to be exactly parallel with this surface. Okay, that's the trickiest part of the whole operation, is setting that up parallel. I've set it up in this case so it's a 1/2 inch away from this edge, because the piece I'm going to be going ahead and cutting my mortise in is 1.5 inches wide, and I'm cutting a 1/2 inch mortise down the middle of it. So the idea here is that I'm going to use the drill press to create a series of overlapping square holes, and when they're all put together, I will have my mortise. The finished piece doesn't exactly look great when it comes out of the mortising process, because the edges are scalloped from cutting so many different slots. But a few minutes work with a chisel can clean that up, and I literally mean a few minutes. And it's not a very hard process to straighten that out with a 1 inch wide chisel. Now, the bottom of the slot is still going to look sloppy, and that's okay, because when I cut the mortise deeper than what the tenon is, leaving myself a little bit of extra space there so that I don't have to try and bottom out the tenon. We really don't want to do that. And in fact, if you look at old furniture, antique furniture, and you cut apart mortise and tenons, you find that the mortise was usually deeper than the tenon, allowing that extra space so that they didn't have to square out the bottom of the mortise perfectly, and they could let the tenon set into it.